We are now about to descend 200 feet below the surface of the Earth.
The factory below is totally safe from aircraft raids. It is invulnerable to attack of any kind. Even if Germany were to be occupied, it is possible for us to shut off Grossmunchen and keep on fighting from below.
We'll never have to. We're winning the war.
All clothes must be removed and left behind at this station. Don't worry, uniforms will be provided once we have entered the factory.
Every precaution has been taken that nothing can be brought into Grossmunchen that might be used for the purpose of sabotage. And of course, if nothing can be of value can be taken out of the factory.
It's comforting to know that through these portals pass the cleanest Germans in the world.
So you see, March, how these security measures here are foolproof.
Yes, an enemy agent couldn't even begin to get into Grossmunchen.
He might get in, but he would never get out alive.
Long before Hitler turned the world to flames, American correspondent David March fled to Germany, posing as a traitor to his own country. Accepted by the Nazi High Command, March worked as a double agent to destroy the Third Reich from within, under the code name Blue Light.
This order confirms that the initial model will be ready next week. It will be removed to the open seas where the firing apparatus will be activated. We've waited a long while for this day, and I know the Führer himself is grateful to each and every one of you for your tireless efforts.
Gentlemen, and dear Fräulein Doctor, may I introduce Herr David March, propaganda expert recently assigned to Grossmunchen. Dr. Stolnitz, Dr. Becker, Dr. Zimmer.
Welcome to Grossmunchen, Herr March.
And our Chief of Security, Gruppenführer Luber. And of course, our very own Dr. Gretchen Hoffmann.
I think we may be at cross purposes. My job is to convince the Allies to surrender, so there won't be any need to use the weapon you've created.
No, we are not at cross purposes. Long ago, Professor Eckert taught me that the job of the scientist was to create weapons that would make peace a necessity. What we've done here will shorten the war by many years.
Is this Felix Eckhardt of the university you're speaking of?
Yes. He's a dear friend. Do you know him?
This also states that the Führer has ordered a delegation from Grossmunchen to appear before him in Berlin next Tuesday along with the blueprints. He will, of course, have the final approval before mass production can commence.
You should enjoy a trip to Berlin.
I don't know. I'm very busy here.
Of course Gretchen will go. The Führer has heard of her and wants to meet her.
How long have you been living down here?
3 years and 2 months.
Well, don't you miss the outside world?
No. Everything I need is here.
Really?
Excuse me, please.
She is very shy.
Yes, and very attractive.
In order to reach Europe, the Allied forces will mount a vast armada to sail across the Channel to France. This is our weapon to destroy that armada. Miniature submarines, each manned by one pilot. And with it, they will carry 2 of these small but effective guided missiles which can be launched from beneath the water. Once the Allied invasion is ready, Germany will have produced hundreds of these submarine missiles.
A formidable weapon, but driving the Allies back to England will hardly win the war.
You're discounting phase 2 of the Grossmunchen project. Once the Allied expeditionary forces have been destroyed at sea, hundreds of these submarines will be launched from the mother ships off the coast of North America. They will proceed underwater up the Mississippi, Hudson, Potomac, and St. Lawrence rivers, deep into the very heart of the United States and into the Great Lakes region. There they will launch their missiles at the great cities of America, like Boston, Chicago, New York, and into the industrial centers of our enemy. Without landing one man on American soil, Germany will defeat the United States.
And that's where I come in, to convince the American people that they can't possibly win the war. Well, I admire the diligence and planning that went into this operation. It's typical German ingenuity.
All that's required now is the Führer's signature. We will build 25 submarines a week, perhaps more.
Good morning, Doctor. Have they provided you with a new wardrobe for your trip? The style's changed in 3 years.
I was never very conscious about clothes anyhow.
You're going to find we built a new Germany, stronger, more determined. No place for the weak or indecisive. We Nazis...
Please, I don't know anything about politics.
Well, then I suggest you make no further reference to men like Felix Eckhart.
What exactly do you mean?
He was arrested 2 years ago. He's a prisoner at Berghoff Castle.
In prison? Why? Tell me why.
Seems your friend objected to some of the uses his guided missiles were being put to.
I don't believe it. I received a letter from him only this week in which he praised the war effort.
But a man can be forced to write letters. The Gestapo can be very persuasive. Probably just using him to keep his former students in line. I felt it my duty to advise you that Fräulein Dr. Hoffmann may be a security risk, especially after she's been to Berlin.
Go on, March.
She doesn't seem to understand the measures which have become necessary now that Germany is fighting for her very survival. And her attachment to the traitor Eckhart may prove to be dangerous.
I'm well aware of your discussion with Dr. Hoffmann. A quarter of a wide was a listening device.
I had no idea.
It's good you've reported this. It might be best if she did not make the journey. But the Führer has a special request of her presence.
I suggest you go with her.
No, my duties here will not permit me to do so. Instead, you will go with her as her escort. She seems attracted to you, and so it will not be difficult for you to keep watch on her at all times.
But I just got here.
You will only be away 48 hours, and as you say, this could be extremely important.
As you wish.
Mademoiselle Duchard?
Why am I being sent?
The Gestapo informs me you have a certain aversion to our friend March.
March is an opportunist. He would change sides again if he thought Germany was losing the war.
I agree. But for now, he will be useful. He's joining the delegation to Berlin for the purpose of watching Fräulein Dr. Hoffmann. You, too, will go along to watch March.
You don't take many chances, do you?
In my position, I cannot afford to.
You have spies to spy on your spies, informers to inform on your informers. I promise you, if March is planning any tricks, I will be the first to know of it. I'm supposed to watch you.
Once we reach the Grand Hotel in Berlin, I'll need to slip away for a few hours.
I shouldn't have any trouble covering for you.
Berghoff Castle is only a 2-hour ride from Berlin. I may be able to free Eckhart and be back in the morning.
What for?
Grossmunchen can only be destroyed by one of the scientists who helped build it. I think Eckhart can convince Gretchen to help me blow it up.
wonderful. I haven't danced since I was a little girl.
So you're happy you came after all, huh?
Yes. I'd forgotten what life was like. That there could be so many happy people doing whatever they pleased. Oh, no more, please. I'm so unaccustomed to drinking.
No. Your work is completed. We're celebrating. Here.
Everything's so gay, so beautiful. Today I met and shook hands with Adolf Hitler himself. Hasn't anyone seen that? Are they all blind? How can they go on dancing? What you told me about Professor Eckert, suddenly I believe it.
Forget about that. We're supposed to be having a good time.
You tell me my friend is a prisoner, that he's to die when the war is over. You fill me with champagne, whirl me around and laugh and tell me to forget.
I think we'd better go upstairs.
No, wait. I think I understand it now. These people only pretend to be gay. But behind all this music and laughter, they're really afraid. There's nothing but fear.
Come on.
Leaving so early?
Dr. Hoffman's very tired. I'll meet you in the lobby. Krauss. I won't be in my room tonight, you understand?
You are a very fortunate man.
Everything is working perfectly. No one will bother you till morning.
Stay with her.
But where are you going?
Sit down, Dr. Hoffman. I have some things to show you. Newspaper clippings, photographs. I want you to know the truth about the kind of war Germany is waging.
Infiltrator Eckhart.
The Commandant should be
The
not...
Commandant is getting dressed and will join me here. Now, which one is his cell?
Number 4, but I must have not authorization.
Here, take this gun. We've got to get away. Hurry.
I'm not going anywhere.
I come from Gretchen Hoffman. She wants to talk to you. Let's go. Hurry. Eckhart escaped. 2 men and he went over the wall. Get after him. Eckhart has escaped. Get after him. Lower the bridge! Just lie down. Gretchen, I brought along an old friend.
Don't call me that.
But... why? What have they done to you? Have they hurt you?
Who are these people you've allied yourself with? Don't you know you're in the company of spies?
But they said they would help you. They said you were imprisoned.
Yes, but I'm alive. That's more than can be said for others who did the mistakes I did. Who thought that their words could make a difference.
Professor Eckhart, arrangements have been made for the underground to hide you.
Do you really think you can fight these Nazis? Don't you know they're going to win as they've always won in the past? That they cannot be defeated?
Oh, there's no need to be afraid now.
Fear is a good thing. It teaches us to survive. Once I wanted to give my life in order to resist them. They said, build missiles which we will use against civilians to terrorize women and children, and I said no. But then at the last moment I said to myself, what do you care about them? You must live. And if they must die so that you may live, let them die. Let the whole world die.
What are you saying?
I'm going to turn you all over to the Gestapo.
You must be insane.
Insane? When you have made decisions that cause the death of tens of thousands, why do 3 more murders make you insane? When I hand you over, my position will be secure. Perhaps they will forget I have opposed them. Perhaps they will give me back my post.
You've taken away your will, your humanity, your knowledge of right from wrong.
There is no right. There is no wrong. When Hitler wins this war, the killing will have just begun. The only hope is to submit, to obey as I obey.
Eckhart, you say you've killed thousands of people, but never face to face. Well, here's your chance to be a good Nazi.
I didn't think it was possible. They changed him into a monster.
Or was he telling the truth when he said that Germany is filled with people who don't know right from wrong?
I don't know. I don't think I understand anything anymore.
Gretchen, listen to me. Now, the war has changed since you went to Grossmunchen to work. Eckhart was correct when he told you what Hitler intends to do. Now, that's why I need your help. To blow up the Grossmunchen project.
Pardon the intrusion. I'm checking the whereabouts of everyone in the hotel.
What seems to be your problem, Kraus?
An unidentified person has committed suicide by leaping from the building. Have you been together all evening?
They haven't left the room. March has been boring her with tales of his past, and she's being very patient with him.
Good night.
Thank you.
It will take a few days before Eckhart is identified.
Doesn't give us much time at Grossmunchen. The plant must be destroyed by Friday. Will you help us?
But my colleagues, my friends who've worked with me, you're asking me to blow them up, to kill them all.
I'm only after the factory and the equipment. We'll spare as many lives as possible.
And I will help. I must. I must because I'm a German. And a German must do something.
Can you rely on her?
Once we get back underground, she may have a change of heart. That's the gamble I have to take.
What if she tries to turn you over to the Gestapo?
Then I'd have to kill her and do the job alone. She has a choice. I don't.